Hi guys, we're here at Runner's Roost and today we're going to be reviewing some of our more up-tempo workout lightweight shoes that we have here.
Yeah, these are some shoes that might be for you if you're looking at maybe training for a race and you're looking at getting some of that speed work in, whether that's on the track or maybe like some up-tempo type of work. These are some trainers and shoes that would work just fine for racing, but also fine for kind of on that speeder end.
Let's start with the Endorphin Speed 3. The new model from Saucony just came out. They are at $170 cost-wise, and then they're 8.1 ounces, so they're pretty lightweight. Saucony uses this Power Run foam, which is super light, provides a lot of energy, and it still feels really cushy despite being a lightweight shoe.
It does have that like new speed roll technology, kind of really has that type of propulsion type of feel. That S-curved plate, which almost gives it that feel of like the Endorphin Pro or a super shoe type of feel, but with that like nylon plate. And again, just that really responsive, like squishy foam makes for a really nice up-tempo trainer that honestly I've used from anything to some higher end track workouts to anything where I'm just looking at getting some sort of aerobic stimulus. It's a great shoe.
Okay, moving on to the Wave Rebellion from Mizuno. This shoe's priced at $180, it's 7.4 ounces. So this option is really unique. It has a fiberglass, nylon reinforced plate in it. Super lightweight option. Again, that same foam that's really similar to the Power Run, just by Mizuno. Light mesh upper, and then pretty sick pattern on this one.
Yeah, what does this go? 7.4 ounces? Okay.
Yeah, even a little lighter than the Speed, so I think it's definitely a bit underrated in the running world, but it's a really good shoe to come out of Mizuno.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the fuel cell.
Let's put them back down. Okay, let's look at the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel. This is the third version. We're on the V3.
Yeah.
I believe. Okay.
I'm Coburn, if you're watching this. So something that I noticed off the bat with the fuel cell, and you can kind of notice it just by picking it up and feeling it, is that it's super, super soft and cushy on the inside.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
New Balance has used that fresh foam material in like shoes like the 1080, the 880, and then they use the fuel cell foam in this shoe, which I think complements their trainers really well, because they're both super soft and pillowy, but this one is just a lot lighter and springier.
Yeah, I think what you get with this shoe, like all around, is just efficiency. Like you're not necessarily having to break the bank with the price point on this one.
Yeah.
Especially compared to a lot of your other like higher end, like whether it's carbon or nylon plated, like up tempo or racing shoes, starting at 130.
Yeah, these are 130.
And you get like a really nice amount of like propulsion and speed. I think if you're someone who's kind of new to maybe the like up-tempo shoe game or looking for something that's on the speedier end for your trading runs, then definitely a good place to kind of kick that off.
Okay, next we're looking at the Brooks Hyperion Tempo, not to be confused with the Hyperion Elite, which is their racer that has the carbon plate in it. These start at $150, so again, another really reasonably priced shoe, and then they run usually 7.3 ounces. So these ones have a really nice mesh upper, which looking at the other shoes, they have one of the more like lightweight materials, and then their lacing is actually really efficient. It's something you find in like racing shoes. They're just the little notched laces, so they stay tied really well. And then just a really light shoe overall. I know a ton of my teammates wear these ones, and they can do it for like track workouts, tempos, so something where you need to be really light and fast, or something where you're going to be going for like 6 to 8 miles at a time.
I would describe it as a little bit similar to that New Balance type of feel. It really is that type of pop in your step that really is improving your running economy and running efficiency, but at the same time has that almost like stable feel to it. So it's not as much of a plush pop, but more of a just very speedy, efficient shoe that honestly looks pretty good too. Okay, finish it off with the Nike Zoom Flies here.
Yeah.
Some of my faves. Ever since they came into the store, I was a big fan of just the overall look of this shoe.
Yeah, so the Zoom Fly 5, I was a little confused about what this did at first. Coming in at $160, it's a really reasonable price for some of these shoes. Just getting that, it does have a carbon plate in it. So having a shoe at that price point with a carbon plate is a little unusual. Runs 9.5 ounces, so it's gonna be a little on the heavier end. But just a lot of cushion. They do have a little bit of the Zoom X cushion that you'll find in the Alpha Fly, Vapor Fly, Streak Fly, some of those really high-end racing shoes. So they added some of that into this, and that's arguably like some of the best foam on the market. So I think overall they made this shoe really fast while still being something that you can do quite a bit of work in.
Like I said, it does have that Zoom X foam, which can be a little deceiving. A lot of that foam actually is existing underneath the shoe here. It's actually kind of a recycled component that they're showing underneath. That's the little box that's showing where that foam is. So in my kind of running with this, I noticed that maybe you have to give it a little bit of time before you actually start to feel that type of pop and that type of freshness that you get from, you know, a lot of your traditional Zoom X foam shoes, whether that's that type of springiness that you get from a Vapor Fly or Alpha Fly. It's not going to be nearly as drastic as that, but it does have that same type of energy return feel to it. You combine that with just the nice look and aesthetic of Nike and making like a really kind of like wide, beefy shoe that still has some appealing colorways as well as just kind of a nice curve to it. With the carbon plate, I think it's a great shoe for the value that it's at $160.
Yeah.
Should we give our favorites?
Sure. What's your favorite?
What's your favorite?
The Speed is my favorite. I've worn this shoe for a few different years now, and I really like the new improvements they made to the Speed 3. I could do like as much as, I think, a quicker long run in it, and then I could also, and have done, track workouts in it. So works really well for me. Really easy on my body while still giving me a lot of high performance opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think you can go wrong. I'm gonna side with the Zoom Fly, mainly because I think it's just a great feeling shoe. It's the shoe I've ran in most of all the shoes that we have out here. And I just think it's a really, really efficient shoe for the price point it's at. I think it does a lot of things pretty well. No one thing great, but because of that, it just makes it a really good training shoe for a plethora of different workouts. If I'm doing anything from track workouts to tempo runs to long runs on a weekly basis, just involved more so in like triathlon and just varying different types of running and different types of terrain. I think the Zoom Fly is a great shoe for that.
Yeah. So all these shoes range from $130 to $180, so no matter what your price point is, we kind of got you covered here. From there, just what feels good to you.
Yeah.
Running fast.
So be sure to check some of these shoes out when you stop in the store. I'm Ben.
And I'm Anna.
And you can stop into Render's Roost, Fort Collins. We're located right off of Horsetooth by Trader Joe's, by Brown's Footwear, and stop in and try these shoes on today.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. We'll be posting more, so stay tuned.